glad you're here. I really am glad you're here because what it says some amazing things. It says, number one, that you're invested in your kids enough to say what's out there is not going to work for my kid. And that takes a level of bravery. I was at a conference recently, and I love what was said. Actually, I literally just said this to Jay, thanking her for what she's doing. I'm going to pull this up real quick. I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint. But I was thanking her, number one, for doing this, and for her bravery in doing this. And the quote that I got, that I gave to her, was one that I received just a couple of weeks ago. And he said, for every act of bravery, you lower the cost of courage for someone else. And that's what you all are doing here in this room. You are lowering the cost of courage for somebody else in your community that may be thinking, oh, maybe I want to homeschool. But I see that you've done it. I see that you're taking that first step. And if you can do it, maybe I can as well. So I'm applauding you all for taking that first step. Right? All right. Is this popping up? Why is it not popping up? You know what? Here's some good news. The good news I have it on. I have it on my drive. So we're going to go to my drive. Is everybody good with that? Okay, we're doing that. We're going to go to my drive. My Google Drive. I got to go to the other one. Y'all know you have this regular Gmail that only gives you so much room, and then they want you to go and buy more space. We won't talk about that. Right? There we go. All right. So, Jay, you know, watch my time. You got me? All right. That's me. Hey! So, my name is Kim Kent, and I am the co-founder and director of Expo Homeschool Detroit. That's in Maryland, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here really to do a couple of things. Number one, because someone asked, so like, why did you travel across like 3 states to come and talk at this program? Well, first off is because I really believe in this woman, Jay Carter, and what she's doing. I really believe that it is so important for you to know that you absolutely can homeschool your kids. And not only can you homeschool them when they're little, what I've found is that many people, once they get through middle school, they're like, I don't know about that. But I want you to know, and I got receipts, I love it, that you can homeschool through high school. And you can homeschool not only through high school, but to whatever is next for your child. Whether it's college, and they can go to the colleges of their dreams with money, if it's a trade school, if it's business, if it's a community college and building a business, I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can do it. There is nothing that is outside of your reach when you choose to homeschool your kids, and nothing outside of the reach of your kids when you choose to homeschool them. Okay? So before marriage and kids, I was a paralegal and special litigation. Oh, the other thing I'm here to do is connect you to to CHIA, which is the Christian Home Educators of Ohio. They're a phenomenal resource to you. If you're looking for co-ops, if you're looking for support groups, I definitely want to make sure just come over to the table and connect there. I'm also connecting you to Homeschool Moms Pray. That is near and dear to my heart. I love it. My co-founder, Nicole Green, started that ministry because she recognized that homeschooling, let's be real honest. Can I be real honest with y'all today? It's work. It's hard. That road is not always easy. And when you choose that, you know this, because I know you're hearing it already, especially if you're new, you're hearing the parents, you're hearing the well-meaning person that's saying, are you sure? Yeah. So that Homeschool Moms Pray meets once a month, and we're here to encourage you, we're here to support you, we're here to connect you to resources. We're here to help you continue on in your journey for you and your kids. All right, so before marriage and kids, I was a paralegal in special litigation. So we dealt with the neurospicy kids, right? But we saw that even in the good school systems, in the good schools, there were significant problems. And I think it's not a far stretch to say, and I think you've all seen this, especially with COVID, one of the things that COVID did was it really pulled off the mask of what was happening in the public school program. And many people saw that and said, no. And we also became a nation of homeschoolers, like it or not, right? And And for many, you saw that you could actually do this. Maybe you need a little support. And that's what I'm going to talk next about. Being in community, that is so important. But it's possible, and you can do this. Anyway, I didn't intend to homeschool. That's so funny, because I got 6 kids, and I had no intention of homeschooling, but it was when my first one was 4 years old, and she was in a local preschool program that we had in the community center, and the teacher there said, she's already done everything. There's nothing that we can really do for her, so you may want to look at this other, look at a K-4 program. So I did, and as I was in the line, and anybody who's been in the school system knows that line, you drop off your kids. I will tell you, I'm a person of faith. That was one of 2 times when I literally heard the audible voice of God say, you've got 1 year, and then she comes home. That was all I needed. That was all I needed. And thus began our homeschool journey. And I homeschooled across the kitchen table. And then I went from homeschool across the kitchen table with number 3. Like I said, I have 6 kids, and they are stair steps, y'all. When I tell you it was like every 2 years, it was a joke. Miss Kim is always pregnant or she's nursing. And it's so true. It was so true. But number 3 was on the way, and I was like, I need some help here. And that's when we started getting involved in tutorials. That's more of a Maryland term, but we got involved with doing co-ops, and especially academic ones. And then 8 years ago, I had a vision of doing this, of creating an a la carte program that did the meat and potatoes, that was there for the kids and there for the families, and allowed flexibility, that was affordable, all these things. And so we just finished celebrating our 7th year, and we have 2 campuses, one for elementary, middle, one for high school. So again, when I tell you you can do this, know who's standing in front of you. I've done it. I've graduated 4 of my kids already. They have graduated to the colleges of their dreams. They have gone on with money there, and they have been incredibly successful. All of them were on honor rolls. My daughter, who just got her degree from the University of Maryland in psychology, graduated summa cum, like the highest summa cum laude, and is just living her best life teaching. So I want you to know this possible. I'm going to talk a little bit about our high school class of 2024, which was 22 strong. And again, for those kids, 95% of them are going to the colleges of their dreams. And it wasn't just one college offer they had. We had one kid that had 18 college offers. And what you need to understand, and this is where I think it's so important, and where you understand the power of what happens when you decide to take ownership of education for your kids. These kids, a bunch of them, many in this class came to us during COVID. And they came from educational systems that were failing them. And when I tell you that they were below level in math, they were below level in the reading and writing, okay? But they came to us, and we equipped them, we encouraged them, we helped them know that they could do this. We met them where they were, and we gave them the tools, and we taught them that, yes, you know what? They may have taught you one thing, but you know what? You can do this, and you can do this well. And so that's how you take a kid that's struggling academically and not performing well, put them in a different environment, pour into them, and then these kids end up getting like 18 college offers with money. You've got kids that are presidential scholarships, meaning they've got a free ride to the college of their dreams. It is 100% possible, and that's what we're going to help you understand. So, we're going to break some myths. Let's do some myth. Let's do some myth busting. I also joke and say that I'm a compassionate cheerleading connector, so some of y'all already know that I was connecting you. If you build it, they'll come. If you don't find it, you build it. All right? But that's what I do. I love to encourage folks in this. So, number 1, it's all on me. I have to do this by myself. The media has this image of homeschoolers sitting at the kitchen table, just doing it one-on-one, in isolation, right? How many of you have heard, or have heard your family say, well, you know, they're going to be really well socialized, right? Right, y'all hear that? That is the biggest myth. Oh my goodness, homeschoolers are some of the most socialized kids out there, especially when you're doing community. So I'm gonna, okay, right? Let's look at this room. I don't see any problem with socialization here. I don't know about you, I don't see any socialization issues here, right? But for that, I'm going to encourage you. Yes, you can do it across the kitchen table. I'm not down anybody who wants to do that. If you want to do that, and that's your thing, and that's your kids' thing, great. I'm also going to tell you that incredibly powerful things happen when you homeschool in community. When you homeschool in community, right away, when you have those days where that yellow bus starts to look real good, and they're going to happen, they're going to happen, they're going to happen. When you're in community, you have somebody that says, come on, we can do this, I know. And you have permission. Let me tell you what happens also in community. In community, you get permission to have some days off, right? Because the reality is, who said that you had to do this every day? Who said that you, I'm going to go there and I'm probably going to step on some toes, so forgive me, all right? Who said that you have to start your day at 8:30 and end it at 3:30? Who said that? That's the beauty of homeschooling. You get to decide that. That's your choice, right? So those are the things that happen. When you have a community and you have these, what I call the fun co-ops, where you can get your music and your PE done or whatever, you've got those, you've got the other co-ops that are more academic. I will tell you, one of the reasons I love tutorials is because I don't like the idea of like dissecting cats in my kitchen. I don't want to blow stuff up in my living room, right? So when we have biology, right? I know, yes, it's fun, and you're going to do that in the tutorial with your buddies, right? That's how we did this. And so I'm going to encourage you to look around. I love the state of Ohio. Y'all have been so good, especially recently with the recent legislation that makes it so much easier for you. Again, check with Trio, he'll be able to tell you that. Check with HSLDA. But I'm going to encourage you, I'm going to encourage you to find those communities. Find those academic communities if you need help with academics. I'm going to say find the ones that are a la carte, so that if all you need is science, because you can handle everything else on your own, you go get that science there, right? Or if all you need is ELA, English Language Arts, because you can do everything else, go find that one. That will let you pick and choose. And I'm going to also say this, if it doesn't exist, you can create it. All right? So come and see me later about the whole you can create it thing, because I'm going to put you with some resources and some people who will help you do what you want to do. All right. Again, connecting with your state organization. Sheila was a great one. I'm going to encourage you to start looking for and going to homeschool conventions. There are so many around. And I'm also going to warn you, sometimes, especially the bigger ones, can be like really overwhelming. I was just at one at the beginning of June. Y'all, there were 12,000 people at that convention. It was crazy. But the information that you can obtain there is priceless. The connections that you'll make with other people, priceless. The opportunity to see that, oh my goodness, it's not just, a lot of times it's just the moms that come. I saw so many homeschool dads, I was like, yay! It was exciting. And then also to see all these different communities. And there were resources for if you were a single homeschooling parent, that was, and I'll show you that ride in a minute. If you were a grandparent that was helping to homeschool your kids, if you were just starting out and you were trying to figure out, okay, what kind of curriculum, and then from a standpoint of helping you to understand your child, because at the end of the day, and I gotta say this, and I'm so going off my notes, one of the beauties that you have with homeschooling is that you get to figure out how your child learns. So when we're looking at curriculum, remember, it may work for you, it may kind of work for your family, but it may not work for your kid. And so I'm going to really encourage you. This is a spectacular time for you to become master observers of your children and being able to meet them where they are. Also, HSLDA, Homeschool Legal Defense Association. If you're not familiar with them, they're an amazing resource to have as well. You want to put them in your pocket right there. They are great defenders. They provide free legal counsel. Sometimes, but again, I think in Ohio you're not really going to have anything going on because Ohio is really friendly. But they're a great resource. Homeschool Moms Right, like I just said, love it. Okay, so that's the first myth. So do you have to do this by yourself, everybody? Yes or no? No. Not if you don't want to. There are plenty. Go find them. If you can't find them, like I said, they'll come. Trust me, I'm living proof of that. Number two, my kids. Do y'all hear this? But my kids, they're gonna miss out on prom, graduation, blah, 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 blah. Absolutely false. So if you look here in these pictures, I want to just show you like all the stuff. That's what a homeschooling community can really look like, okay? So up there, we got a science class. All the kids, they had microscopes. We're able to get microscopes there. That second picture down was our high school dance. It was a high school dance, which is amazing. You see the dancing right there. This down lower right-hand side was a graduate. We did a promotion ceremony for our 5th graders and our 8th graders. That was just our 5th grade class. We had 17 8th graders that got promoted into high school. These guys got promoted to middle school. And there's our graduating class. Yay! And I don't know if you noticed this, but did you happen to notice the different colors of the robes? That's because we let them. Can I just say this? And I'm going to quote Nicole Green. She's amazing. When we homeschool our kids, we're taking them out of the box, right? Why in the world would we want to go and put them back into another box for high school and beyond? No reason. No reason. Okay? So they're not going to miss out on anything, especially if you homeschool in community. Get with those support groups. Find out who's in your area, who's doing stuff. Go do a little, Facebook search of events. I know there's one for Ohio of all the events that are out there, and then go plug in. Trust me, you will love it. Your kids will love it. It's just going to be a great environment for your kids. Then number 3, I am not qualified to fill in the blank. Anybody feel unqualified? I felt unqualified. Especially when it got to, and I'm a mathy, but when it got to advanced math, I was like, okay, so I need to see this in grade C, right? So again, and I know I go back to this in community, but the truth of the matter is, number 1, you are completely qualified to homeschool your kids, 100%. Nobody knows your kids better than you do. Nobody knows their idiosyncrasies, the things that they like. Nobody knows it. Nobody understands your children and their hearts like you do. And I'm normally one that says, comparison is the thief of joy, so don't start comparing. Please don't compare yourself with your next door neighbor or whatever. But in this one instance only, Kim Kent's going on record, I'm going to tell you to compare yourself to one thing: the public school system. Say no more, right? Say no more. You are completely qualified. Look, I'm going to go there too just for 1 second. I just got to go there because I just got to say this. When you have a system that is producing, and I heard somebody say this before, functionally illiterate students and releasing them into the world, there is a whole problem with that. So from the get-go, you are completely qualified. Because I know for a fact, because of your heart for your kids, you are not going to allow your kids to continue to be pumped through a system that's going to leave them, that's going to set them out completely unprepared for life. Right? So you're completely qualified. And number 2, doesn't matter if you don't feel like particularly qualified. That's where your community comes in and you can access help. What I love about our tutorial is that we have families that are like, okay, I cannot do science. I have families that come to me even in like 3rd grade, like, I'm afraid of math. I'm like, no problem, I got you. I'm gonna take your baby and I'm gonna love on them. I'm gonna sing them the goofiest math jingles on the planet, and and they end up doing it, and they end up loving math. So you do not have to be the expert in all of this stuff. That's where, again, you reach out to your community. You find the co-ops, you find the tutorials, you find your resources. They are plentiful in your area. Okay? So we just got rid of that myth right there, right? So anybody comes and say, well, are you really qualified? I say, you know what, I really don't need to be because I have a community that helps me out. And at the end of the day, with that community, I'm going to be launching the most successful child. My kids are going to be the best version of themselves and send that out into the world. Let's go there. Okay. Y'all know, I'm telling you, this is so my happy place. It is so my happy place. Myth number 4, and we just talked about that. I have to follow a set schedule and use fill-in-the-blank curriculum. No, you do not. The truth is, because you homeschool, you have complete freedom. So when she was talking about, you were talking about the different versions of homeschooling, I was like, well, what about the eclectic? So I'm an eclectic homeschooler, right? So what that means is I take some traditional stuff, because there's certain things like we use Shirley Grammar in our program, which is a very, it kind of has a classical model to it, because you learn the grammar, and then you apply it, and then so forth. And with math, it tends to be very traditional, right? Although we do some crazy things, because like I said, I sing every math jingle in the world, and I make them up as I go along. It's beautiful, and the kids love it. But so from that standpoint, you have those different disciplines, but there's no rule book here. You can do whatever works best for you and your child, period. And if that means that this day or for this season, we're going to do a nature study, and we're going to get our math from that nature study, we're going to get our science from that nature study, we're going to get our history from that nature study, so you can totally do that. And here's the beauty. You have the freedom to decide what it looks like. We like to say there are as many different ways to homeschool as there are homeschoolers. That is so true. You don't have to look like your neighbor. That's what I'm going to tell you. Don't compare. Comparison is a thief of joy. If you have somebody that's doing like 50 million different things and they've got their kids, dual enrolling at 14, okay, that's great for them. But you don't have to do that. And please do not put yourself under unnecessary pressure to try to be like somebody else. That's not who you were created to be. Let's start there. That's not who your kids were created to be. That's the beauty of becoming incredible observers of your children, because then you can decide and you can be together with them to see what meets their needs best. And it is absolutely going to be different because we are all different people. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. So your homeschooling journeys are going to look very different from one another, and that is okay. So I just need y'all to just have permission with that, okay? All right. And y'all see my last thing? Can y'all say that with me? Individual results will vary. Hello. Y'all have, look, even in my family, I have 6 kids. They are all completely different. And everybody is following a different little trail. But it's okay. I'm going to say but. I don't like the word but. And it's okay. So individual results are going to vary. Your results are going to be different from your neighbor's results. Even within your own family, you're going to have 2 kids. They have the same mommy and daddy, but they're going to look, their paths will look completely different. We were just talking to a friend of mine. She's an unschooler, but she has a kid who is like a whole engineer. He was a whole engineer. That boy now at 19 is ended up going into the military, flying planes. He's overseas right now. He's 19 years old. But she was able to do that because she homeschooled her kids. She was able to do that because of that. And again, individual results will vary because you're dealing with individuals. I want you to just take that and just really just own that. All right, number 5. I think this is the last one. Yeah, number 5. Y'all, this is a favorite of mine because everybody, well, what about college? Or what about whatever? Then number 5, my kid will be limited in their college choices or life after high school. So false. That is the biggest myth. Again, listen, I have 22 high school graduates now, from 2023-24 alone, that blow this thing out the water. 95% of our kids that are our high schoolers, there were only 2 of them that didn't go to college. And I'll tell you what's happening with them. Everybody else, college of their dreams, with money and multiple offers. They all have multiple offers. They didn't just go to one and go to it. They have multiple offers. And they're going to scholarship. It's all good. Listen, this is the sound of our kiddos. And listen, as Mama 6, I get it. They are what they are, right? And they're going to be active, and I want them to be active because that's who they are. Why in the world am I going to stifle my child and tell them to shh, don't? I have found that when we try to silence our kids, that goes in deep, and then they feel like they're not going to be heard. And I want our kids, especially our kids, to be heard and know that they've got a voice. That's what this is. All right, y'all, listen, y'all know I could go some places. I'm just trying to stay in my little box here today. My unboxed box, right? All right. So I'm going to tell you about the other 2 kids that end up not going to college. One is already has a successful business. He's been doing, he's continuing his education on the community college level while he runs his business. Another one, y'all, I didn't even know this was a thing, but does anybody know what a farrier is? A farrier. You know what a farrier is. It's like, am I correct? It's like the podiatrist for horses. Okay? Who knew that was a thing? Okay, so this girl loves horses. She like eats, sleeps, breeds horses, right? So what she's doing is she's going to, hold on, I'll tell you exactly what she's going to. Because listen, look, this is what I love. By the way, they don't miss out on graduation. We have a graduation program for this. When I tell you, we were in this church that holds a couple hundred people. It was standing room only and in the balcony. That place was packed for these 22 kids. Amazing. All right, so I'm going to tell you what she's doing. Because it's like it's so crazy. It's so good. Okay, so she's going to the Oklahoma Horseshoeing School in Purcell, Oklahoma. Oh no! No, and then when she's done, she's already got an apprenticeship to be a farrier. So that's what I'm saying, but again, that is the beauty of saying, oh, we can do this. She had amazing opportunities because she was homeschooled. She wasn't sitting in some four walls, some brick building for how many hours a day, for how many weeks of the year. She had the flexibility while other folks were sitting in the building, she was able to go out and be in the field, learning about horses, loving horses, and just like feeling that was what she wanted to do. And she discovered it. Her parents recognized that she had a gift for this thing, and then they gave her all these opportunities to do this, and now she is on her way to farrier school. Who knew that was a thing? But, but I will say this though, but again, one of the things that we always say is that not every kid is going to go to college. Great. Guess what? We need electricians. I don't know about anybody else, but we need plumbers. We need those painters. We need all the things that allow our society to run. We need the trades. I'm just going to say, could you imagine not having an electrician? Could you imagine not having somebody that could repair your washing machine and dryer? AC, come on. AC, HVAC technicians? Okay. So, the truth is when you homeschool your kids, they can do whatever is in their heart to do. And you can prepare them for that in every possible way. All right, is that it? Oh, okay. So, my last one. You identify your why. I think we talked about this. Somebody else mentioned this. Know your why. Because your why is going to keep you going when stuff gets hard and you just like have a conversation like, when you remember your why, and that allows you to keep going. Take time. Remember I just said this earlier. Take time to learn how your kids learn. Each child learns differently. Some are kinesthetic learners. They got to have their hands on. Real quick story. I was sitting down. This is when I was still doing it at the kitchen table. I was literally on the floor with my son. He's now 24. He's the one that's graduates getting ready to get the Bible. But I was doing this history lesson, and he was just all over the place, and I'm frustrated. I'm like, Joshua, what did I just say? That boy rattled off everything. And then I realized, right? I was like, oh, okay. Check mommy. Linda, mommy, check. I realized that he's a kinesthetic learner, and he's got to be in motion. Now, y'all know, okay, I'm going to go there for a second. Y'all know what would happen to him in the regular homeschool, right? He'd have been labeled as ADD, probably medicated, all that other stuff. But because we chose to homeschool, instead of that being something that was a disruption, that became one of his greatest assets. Okay? All right. The next thing, remember I said comparison for joy, don't do it. Number two, the next one, know that your kids will be more than fine. Your kids are going to thrive. Sometimes we kind of get in our heads and am I doing enough or not? Listen, I'm here to tell you, I had 1 year that I thought, I call that the lost year. It was like second and third grade for my kids. I was like, okay, so I did absolutely nothing for my kids. I really did. I thought I did nothing for my kids. But I look now at my graduates that graduated with honors, and I'm going, I guess they're going to be okay. So I'm here to tell you, your kids will be okay. Okay? Then they're going to be more than okay. They're going to thrive because of what you're doing here. Next, find your community. Or, as I was telling you ladies, build it. If you can't find it, build it. And trust me, believe me, I put money on this. If you build it, they're going to come. Because there are other people that are out there that are looking for what you want to create, and they're going to come to you. If you're looking for, I just need a group of us to just do whatever, build it. They'll come. Next, take advantage of the resources available to you. Yep, you are a teacher, and you can get all the teacher discounts that are out there, all the teacher freebies, So you make yourself available, you use that, right? And your kids with field trips, I'm the biggest encourager of field trips. Go to your science museum or whatever museum and say, hey, I'm going to ask them this. Do you have homeschool days? Or do you have a homeschool program? Most, especially in the big areas, will have days that they set aside that are specifically for homeschools where they open up their doors and they do like $5 classes or whatever. I'm telling you, it is 100% possible. Utilize the resources that are in your area. They are absolutely there for you. Okay? And I think this is my last question. I'm done. Got any questions? Yes. So what's so good? You can do one of two things. If you're a member of like CHIO or one of those organizations, you'll get a teacher ID. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. You can make up your own. In Maryland, we kind of had to do that for a while because like Mashi was it. Kim Kent, some instructor, home instructor, 2023, 2024. But if they're real nasty with you, then you just pull out your, I'm registered with the state because I went ahead and registered my kids and I do their own homeschool, so I'm educated, thank you very much, and you take your discount and keep on going. But you can. Yeah, you can. Yes. Oh, which one? About getting a discount on CHIO? Yeah, which is CHIO is a Christian Home Educators of Ohio. I have their brochure, so you can get on their mailing list. So you want to do that, okay? But then the other thing I will tell you is that you'd be surprised how many homeschool groups. So our homeschool group, we'll do it. Like we'll do it. You need an ID? Okay, we'll give you a little ID card, whatever. You know. So especially if you're with a tutorial, just a tutorial or umbrellas. A lot of times we want to do umbrellas here. We got to do umbrellas because sometimes our local education agencies have lost their minds, and so we work around that. But yeah, you can actually go, you can Google homeschool educator ID. Okay. But I'm always gonna redirect you back to your state organization because your state organization is a phenomenal resource and a phenomenal support to you. Okay? Yes, ma'am. But I think it is, I don't think it's much. I gotta look. Right, I got that. God bless you. CHIO, the annual membership. Oh, new members of $30 a year, y'all. Come on. $30? Get out of here. Look, Maryland was trying to do $49 and I was giving them the side eye. And your renewal is just $25 a year. Come on. Y'all. I don't have anything else to say about that. Okay. Go get with them. Go get with them. That's like one trip to Chick-fil-A. Yes. Any questions? Any more? Yeah. Oh, yeah, but listen, I'm in Maryland, honey. So, yeah, I'm in Maryland. So, listen, that's why I said, why would I come here? Because I fully believe in what she's doing, and I fully believe in supporting you in your decision to homeschool your child. Because the reality is, I love it, you can homeschool your kids. That's it. Yes. Anything else? Anything else? Going once? I said, my kids going once? Going twice? All right. Thank you so much for listening. I know I'm a little bit longer than the 10. No bet. But I hope you had good information. I will say, I'm always on those Homeschool Moms Pray calls. So those are free calls. It's a Zoom. It's called Homeschool Moms Pray. Homeschool Moms Pray. And no, it's only once a month. It's the first Monday of the month at 9 o'clock when hopefully everybody's in bed and you have like a moment to breathe, right? We won't talk about bedtime in my house either, so that's another whole thing. It would have been nice, but